It's the NFL on EA Sports. And this one features the Ravens, sure-handed wide receiver. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Ravens and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis, we welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, well, down on the field, they're all thinking the same thing that they do every week, Charles. All the work, all the preparation over the past week, it all leads up to these next 4 quarters.
It's suspenseful now, Brandon, but once that ball is kicked, that thought will go out the window. From then on, it's just time to execute and fight for a win.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This taken in right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Throwing to start the drive. Spears. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Boy, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
And he sidestepped 1 man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games. There he goes, left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Rolling to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the number 1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Bijan Robinson
with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year.
And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 7.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down now. It's Hopkins. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And take it right on the 30. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted.
It's DJ Turner who's got it.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Loose inside the 30, inside the 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Bijan Robinson. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball out of the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Now they're a little further behind the 8 ball after the interception led to the touchdown. So a 2-score deficit here, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message They said there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Up the middle they go. Hopkins. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Throwing on first down. Spears. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first down, it's Hopkins. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Spears. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action. Touchdown!
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd down and 12. Here's Richardson to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Third and long for Richardson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Down the left sideline.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards.
And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He got back on track after 2 early interceptions with a touchdown pass on the last drive. And now they'll start here again, 1st down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Spears. He finds Hopkins complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hopkins, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Spears looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Page. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Spears.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
On 1st down, Richardson.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Eluding the pressure right.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a 2nd player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Richardson looking to throw.
Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
2nd down. Here's Richardson.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Jalen Phillips, the former 1st-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12.
Now it's Richardson.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Unable to corral him, he fights through.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the gun on 3rd down, Spears. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Richardson to the air on first down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Page. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the gun on 3rd down. Spears. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Richardson.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Play action. Now Richardson.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And this sequence won't do any favors to his rushing totals as they get him behind the line again. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Titans with the lead in the second quarter of play. The Titans trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. That's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, here we sit, Week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And he's final.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Anthony Richardson, 82 yards. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Brandon, you and I have caught a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown on the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. On first down, Spears. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Spears. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
First and 10, it's Richardson. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Now Richardson.
Buying time to his left. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Wow, so what? INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Bijan Robinson.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Spears.
That is caught.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
On 1st and 10, Spears. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Jalen Carter
gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Up the middle they go. Hopkins. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense
is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you, Tony.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taken in at the 22. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
Richardson off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joseph Osai. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. Off play action. Richardson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. Richardson working from the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Touchdown! Bijan Robinson taking it in. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hopkins. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at about the 28. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
On the right side, he finds Burnett. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
On the option left, Richardson.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Anthony Richardson,
32 yards.
And the Ravens look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw on 2nd down. Spears. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 43. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll look to throw again. Quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
109 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Richardson looking to throw this.
He finds his man, complete. It's Kennedy. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
After running it, now Richardson will throw it.
That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
They go play action with Richardson.
Rolling to his left. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Spears. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
But I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Richardson to throw off play action.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them, well on their way to another victory, riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw on second down. Spears.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now here come the Ravens.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Now Richardson going to shift things up.
Now Richardson to throw from his end zone. Throw left side complete. That's Nelson. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
Here's Richardson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now it's Richardson.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say. Because
he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Baltimore,
they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss. A perfect 17-0 on the regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Minnesota,
this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-13 campaign.
And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.